Hello, everyone, and welcome to 55 Questions with the Scout Guide Huntsville. I'm Dwaynia Wilkerson, owner of Prose and Pens and contributing editor for the Scout Guide. And today we are featuring Veronica Cram, owner of Insight Strategic Solutions. How are you, Veronica?
I am fantastic. How are you, Dwaynia?
I'm great. I'm really excited to have this conversation with you. So before we jump into the 55 questions, why a bit about your business?
Absolutely. So I founded Insight Strategic Solutions just over 3 years ago, and our mission is to help small business owners focus on what they do best while we translate those numbers and help them figure out, okay, where do I need to lean into? Where do I need to lead out of in order for them to reach their goals? It's pretty fun. Every business owner has different goals. Some are trying to scale and grow and increase profitability in order to sell. Some are like, hey, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. And some are like, hey, I want to be able to step out of the business, continue to bring home the same amount of money, but I don't want to have to be there every single day. So our mission is to really just try and help those owners reach the goals by reading the financial data and helping them figure out their path.
Okay. Well, I know that everyone who has worked with you, the people I know of, they really appreciate you, Veronica. So I
Well,
think you're
thank
doing
you.
something for business owners. Okay, are you ready?
I think I am.
You are. Okay. Okay, question number one. What is your favorite morning drink?
Coffee.
Okay, what is your morning routine?
Ooh, I wake up, I let the dogs out, I start my coffee, um, shower, get ready for the day, and usually by about 6:15 or 6:30, I've started to make breakfast for my family. We are a big breakfast family. We know that with after school activities, social events, we don't always get to eat dinner together, but every morning we have a big breakfast. It's breakfast potatoes, it's eggs, it's pancakes, it's bacon. That's my thing, and that's really what I want my daughter to kind of, leave and remember me by. It might not be the dinners, but it's definitely the breakfast.
Oh, that's awesome, Veronica. Okay, so it sounds like your morning is already pretty full, but if you had time to add one thing to that routine, what would it be?
I'm probably like most business owners in that we prioritize everybody else, our customers, our families ahead of ourselves. And so if there was one thing that I could magically wave a magic wand and add an extra hour in, it would be going to the gym.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I know a lot of people have that one. Okay, what is one thing that friends and family love about you?
They love that I'm honest. Sometimes it's a bad thing, but I think they love it too.
Okay, so that's what they love the most about you. What do they love the least? What do they
I,
like?
I think that I'm honest. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. And I think when it's friends and family, the truth and that honesty can come out harsher than it's meant to be expected. When it's meant to come from a place of caring, sometimes it comes across more critical. So I would say that's what they love the most about me, but then it's also something they least like about me.
I totally understand that. Okay, can you describe your brand in 3 words?
Partner, because we are a partner to business owners. We're not transactional. We're not going to charge you for every email or call like a lawyer. Um, so partner, um, trust, and simplification. We don't believe that owners need to know how much they're spending per square inch of a building, including cost of toilet paper. We just want to make it nice and simple and say, these are your 2 goals. Let's go ahead and achieve them. So yeah, partner, trust, and simplification.
Okay. So when it comes to your business, of what are you most proud?
I'm most proud that I started it 3 years ago, and that we're successful. We now have a total of 4 of us, and we serve clients in 8 different states. We have a large portion of our clients right here in Huntsville, Alabama. Um, another dozen or more up in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. But then we also have them, in Michigan, Wisconsin, Texas. So spread out all over. So I'm just really proud of us for being able to scale and grow, and 100% through referrals and word of mouth. Like, that to me is the biggest thing ever.
That's definitely something to be proud of. Yeah. Okay. What is your most embarrassing high school memory?
Oh boy, that's a good one. Uh, can I say some of my outfit selections? I'm gonna go with outfit selections because I still am not a stylish person. But I was horrible back then. So yes, I'm gonna say embarrassing high school memory. It's gonna be just pretty much to all 4 years of high school, all of my clothing selections, 100% of them, just horrible.
Okay. Now, if you could turn back the hands of time and have a do-over with those outfits, would you?
Yeah, 100%. I would be, looking at, you know, different magazines and different style choices, 100%. And I would have told my younger self, trust the experts, because you, my dear, are not an expert.
Okay. Which do you prefer, phone calls or email?
Email.
Okay. Digital planner or paper?
In theory, paper, but in execution, digital.
Okay, that makes sense. Pen or pencil?
Erasable pen, blue, always blue.
What do you have a specific brand that you use?
Uh, it is the Pilot Friction erasable blue pen.
Okay, that's the brand I use too. It's easy. Okay. What are 3 things that are always on your grocery list?
Eggs, because we go through in between 6 and 9 a day for 3 of us. Creamer. I need creamer in my coffee every day. And let me see. Those are my 2 biggies, are always eggs and creamer. And then always a meat of some kind. And so, like, for breakfast, we'll have chorizo a lot of times, or breakfast sausage. Or now that it's fall and crock pot season, we're doing a lot of roasts. So
Okay. Now, if you weren't an entrepreneur, what would you do for work?
if I was not an entrepreneur, and I'm gonna put an asterisk on that and say, no asterisk. I think, what would I do for work if I was not an entrepreneur? I think I would be leading a nonprofit, and something to do with giving back to the under-resourced children. That's what I originally went to school for. 25 years ago, that's originally what I wanted to do, was help out under-resourced children. So I think that's where I would have ended up.
What's one of the greatest life lessons you've learned so far?
One of the greatest life lessons I've learned so far is that sometimes what you want is not what you need.
That's a very good one. Very good. Okay. What's a vacation spot that you would love to visit?
Ooh, currently we're planning a trip to Europe. And so Spain, Italy, Portugal, Greece. And so that is next on my list.
Okay. Typically, when you go on vacation, Veronica, how long are you there before you're ready to come home?
We were in Hawaii last year for, I think, 11 or 12 days. And I think on day 10, I was like, let's wrap it up. So let's go with 10 days on that one.
Okay. What is your favorite nightcap?
Decaf coffee.
Okay. If you had to let people read your mind for a day or
Mm.
go bungee jumping, which
Mm.
would you choose?
um, Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say bungee jumping, and that scares the living daylights out of me. But yes.
I feel you. Which is your favorite, summer or winter?
Winter.
Okay. Who's the fun parent, you or your husband?
100% my husband.
Okay. Are you sleeping in or rising early?
I would love to sleep in, but I unfortunately am thinking about the breakfast potatoes I need to cut. Did I pull out the bacon last night? Yeah. So I usually rise early. Even it is extremely rare where I get to just sleep in. So
What's the one piece of financial advice you would give to all business owners?
mm, one piece. Don't lie to yourself. The numbers are the numbers. And I say that because sometimes um, business owners, and even if they're not looking through financial statements and they're just looking at their bank account, which unfortunately a lot of people do, how they run their businesses, don't lie to yourself and say things are going to get better if you're not willing to do the work to get them better. If you're unwilling to make the adjustments that are needed to make them better, just don't lie to yourself. That's my big thing that I tell all clients.
That's a good one. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years? And this could be a personal accomplishment or a professional one.
Ooh, in the next 5 years, um, I would love in the next 5 years that Insight Strategic Solutions has clients in 25 states, so in half of our states. And it's not just, me being able to say that I'm there. It's just, I love interacting with business owners from all over. I love our local clients. I love all of our clients, but it brings a little bit more, substance to our calls when I'm able to say, oh, well, did you know somebody in Kansas that I work with is also going through X, Y, and Z, and this is how she was able to overcome it. It brings in a lot of new, fresh ideas that maybe we haven't been exposed to. So, yep.
Okay. How many times per day do you check your email?
Let's see, maybe 10 times an hour. So 200 times a day.
Wow, Veronica. Okay. If, if you could take one task off your plate forever, what would it be?
Cleaning my house.
Amen.
Like
What is
all of
your
the cleaning. Let me just asterisk that real quick, Dwaynia. When I say cleaning, if I want one task removed from my plate, it's not just cleaning the baseboards or the floors or like it's the day to day, the laundry, not only cleaning the clothes, but hanging the, like it is all the things, cleaning out the refrigerator. Yeah, that would just be amazing.
I'm still going to amen. What's your fondest memory as a child?
Ooh, my funnest memory as a child. This is going to probably sound very lame, but it was a Christmas. It was a Christmas memory, and I was an army brat, and um, we were in Germany, and we had this little like barracks apartment, and I just remember getting a really large box of like nerd candy. And I just remember me and my brother and my parents just sitting around, like playing games and eating these nerds candies. And like to me, that was just like, it was like the perfect like childhood moment where there's no stress, there's nobody needing anything. It was just the four of us there eating these candies. And to me, the purple box of nerds always brings back this memory. Eating the candies and just playing games and just having just pure fun, not rushing from one place to the next or going to an amusement park. It was really just sitting there in our little tiny barracks living room, just eating those nerds candies and just having fun as a family.
Okay.
I'm pretty simple when it comes to things like that.
What is a memory you have created with your daughter that you are glad that you all did?
We went to go see Taylor Swift in Las Vegas. I want to say March or April of this year. I think it was her second location, Taylor Swift's second location. And it was a kind of a spur of the moment, last minute decision. I had a friend who said she'd sell us tickets at Face. And so I was like, well, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime thing to do. And just, it wasn't even, the concert was amazing. Taylor Swift is amazing. I'm now a Swiftie. I will own that. But it was going to the aquarium and we fed these giant turtles, and it was walking up and down the strip and going to a Cirque du Soleil show that, you know, she afterwards, she's like, Mom, I thought this was going to be lame, but that was so cool. And just teaching her some life lessons about always watching who's behind you, who's to the left of you, who's to the right of you as you're walking in large groups. It was just one of those times where I was 100% happy that I was able to give her that experience. And it was fun and it was happy, but it was also learning and just bonding, just the two of us. So 100% that trip is going to be in my brain, sealed there for forever.
Okay, that was a good one. Yeah. So Veronica, how do you think most people would describe you?
I would say most people would say, you know, I've already said honest. I can be a little loud. Uh, I'm I'm dependable. If I say I'm going to be somewhere or do something, that I will do it. Um, and I'm also usually the organizer of all things. So if there's a girls' night, I'm the one that's like, okay, where are we going? What time? What time? You know, I'm the one that needs to. I need to create some order to mass chaos.
Okay. Do you ever get tired of being the organizer? Like, do you ever want to relinquish that duty?
Yes, and I have learned in marriage that sometimes you do have to relinquish those duties. And you have to trust that they may not get done in the way that I would have done them, but they're still going to get done. And you know what? It's still amazing. So,
Yeah. Okay, that's a good perspective. What's your favorite football team?
Auburn football.
Okay. What's your least favorite sport?
Thought you were going to say team, and we all know where I was going with that one. Uh, least favorite sport. Golf.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant. Favorite restaurant. There's a steakhouse in Nashville. Oh, I want to Google it right now. There's a steakhouse in Nashville that I love, and it's a person's name, and I can't remember it right now, right this second, but it is fabulous, and it is my absolute favorite.
Okay, go ahead and Google it and tell us, because we probably want to know,
Okay,
especially
because it is amazing. I mean, it is called Jeff Ruby's.
Jeff Ruby's. Okay, putting
Jeff
it on my
Ruby's
list.
Yes, it is a chain. I think there's like 6 in the nation. So it's not like a huge chain, but it's the filet. I mean, you could use the back of a butter knife and it just like peels off. And then their potatoes. Yeah, so good.
What's your greatest guilty pleasure?
Um, I love to watch the television show Alone. And so if you haven't watched it, it is a reality show where they pick like 20 people and they put them out in the middle of like Alaska, and they're all separated and they have to survive. Um, essentially, alone, and how many days. And I think their record is just over 100 or something. But I love watching it. And so my guilty pleasure with that is I yell at the TV and I tell them that they're weak if they only last like 2 months. I'm like, you're so weak, even though I know I couldn't do it. But it gets me out of, it's not drama. It's not, divorces and celebrities. It's just simple life. And I just get to yell at the television and say, hey guys, buck up. It's only been 45 days. You can do it another 100. It's negative 20 degrees. Come on, bro. You can do this.
For another 100 days. Okay. What do you do for self-care?
Ooh, self-care. I read a lot. I typically, especially when I'm traveling, like I just got back from Texas yesterday and I read 3 books. My thing is reading. I'll sit by the fireplace, sit on the couch and just open up a book. And that's bring my levels down, right? Just kind of take care of who I am as a person. Just turn off all the noise.
Okay, what's the last book you read?
Lessons in Chemistry.
Oh, that was my last 2. Okay.
Yeah. So now I want to watch the show on Apple TV.
I've started. What are your hobbies, Veronica?
Ooh, my hobbies. Do I have time for hobbies? I'm going to start playing tennis this weekend. So I'm going to mark that as my hobby.
Okay. How long have you known your best friend?
Ooh. I know this is going to sound cheesy, but I'm going to say that my best friend is my husband, and I have known him for 14 years.
Okay. What is something most people would never guess about you?
Most people would never guess that I took a high school break for about 9 months.
Okay. What makes you the happiest?
My dogs.
Okay. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm an introvert that's living in an extrovert world.
Do you ever get bored?
No.
Okay. Which do you prefer, in-store shopping or online shopping?
Online, 100%.
And what was the last thing you bought online?
I bought some Democracy jeans off Amazon because they're 50% off.
Okay.
They're called like booty or boot. They're like the boot cut, but like not super flary, just a little bit.
Okay. When was the last time you raised your voice?
I'm sure I was yelling at the dogs, and it was probably last week.
What is the best part about being featured in the Scout Guide?
Oh my gosh, the best part is all the people I get to meet. Like I said, I love meeting with business owners, and I love being a member of the Scout Guide because I get to meet with some amazing business owners and hearing about their journey and what brought them to the path of, being an entrepreneur, and hearing their struggles and their wins. Like that's the fun stuff. And it's not all just architecture. It's not all just one industry. It's just such a wide variety, and just seeing everybody come together for one purpose is just it's amazing. So
okay. Now, Veronica, we are down to our last 3 questions. So
oh my gosh, are these like bonus questions? Are these going to be extra credit?
53, 54, 55. So question 53. In what ways is your life the way you imagined it would be?
As a child or like high schooler, I saw it on Oprah. She had said, once you go to college and once you become a young adult, life gets better because you find your people. And I got chills when I said that. But in that way, my life has turned out the way that I wanted it to be, which is I get to choose who I surround myself with, and I'm surrounding myself with some amazing people, whether it's my family, my clients, people in my community. Um, yeah, that's what I'm most proud of that I was able to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And how is it different than you imagined?
I did not imagine moving back to Huntsville and being a settled down suburb wife, with 3 dogs and a kid and making breakfast every morning. That was not how I expected it to be, but kind of going back to the what you want versus what you need. Again, that was one of my big lessons that I learned. And that is something that I need in my life is my people.
Okay. And our last question, Veronica, what do you want to be your legacy?
Ooh, that was a tough one. That's a great last question. What do I want to be my legacy? This can be twofold. So first, I'll kind of start off with insight. With insight, it's amazing. I mentioned earlier I originally went to school thinking I would open up a school that helped out under-resourced children. And so if I kind of fast forward, 30 years or 20 or something, I have this really great opportunity, Dwaynia, where I get to impact local businesses. And so as they are growing, they're employing more people. As they're growing, they're putting more money into our community. Their new employees are able to use those paychecks to go back into our community and give back. So to me, I'm not just helping out 20 people, right? We have close to 50 clients right now. Those 50 clients have, let's just say, I'm going to say 20 employees, even though it varies. Just think about that impact and then all of those revenues going back into those communities. That to me is my lasting impact, is I'm helping these businesses grow, become more profitable, hire more people, produce more services or products, giving back to the community. Like, I just feel like I'm part of this community's ecosystem. That to me is amazing. And then when I teach them to the point to where, hey, Veronica, we think we got this, then that's great. That means I'm a great teacher and they've been able to use the tools to continue to grow and reach their goals. From a personal standpoint, my daughter is my legacy. She's our only daughter, and I see in her the lesson that she has learned through my entrepreneurial journey. Even though I haven't specifically said, this is lesson 21.5, she's like, oh yeah, Mom, I remember this. From a very young age, she's always been with me in the car while I'm on conversations. I've always included her and letting her know what's happening. I remember when we lived in Biloxi and I was letting go of an academic dean that worked for me. She's like, Mom, she's probably 5. Mom, why do you always fire people? I said, well, Savannah, if you have your chore list, right? And you have your chore list and it says everything you're supposed to do on a weekly basis. If you don't do your chores, what happens? She's like, I don't get paid. And I was like, exactly. I was like, it's very simple. I was like, and yes, we coach and we say, this is how you wash dishes properly, and but if you choose not to wash dishes, you don't get paid. I was like, it's very similar. So she's been learning these lessons since a very young age. And I just want to prepare her off into the world and do whatever she needs to do to leave her own legacy. So both on a professional basis and a personal basis, I think I'm going to have all my bases covered.
Okay. Well, Veronica, those are both great legacies, and I can tell that you really do care about what you do, and sometimes that makes all the difference in the lives of the people that you're working with. So thank you for what you do, and thank you for spending this time with me.
Thank you so much, Dwaynia, and for the Scout Guide having me on. This has been fun.
And for those of you who are watching, thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode of 55 Questions with the Scout Guide Huntsville.